Uncles and aunts, the girl in front is the one my grandfather arranged for me to marry 18 years ago. I've driven thousands of miles to her hometown to find her. I'm here to fulfill the promise my grandfather and hers made back then. But in these 18 years, we've never met or even spoken once. I don't know if she has someone else in her heart or if she still accepts this engagement. Today, I'll pretend to be a food delivery driver to test her. I want to see if she's a materialistic girl. If she's not materialistic, I've prepared $1 million in cash, a house, and a car for her this time. I want to give it all to her. As our betrothal gift. Let's go, uncles and aunts, let's go together. Hey, miss. Hello.
Hey, hello. You must have the wrong place. There are no deliveries here. No, I wanted to ask you about someone. Do you know Wu Zhong'o? Wu Zhong'o?
Yes, that's right.
That's my grandfather. He passed away.
Oh, you must be Wu Tong.
Yes, I am. Who are you?
My name is Wen Chengyang. This is our first time meeting. You might not know me, but have you heard of my grandfather, Wen Jian?
Oh, I've heard of him. My grandfather mentioned him to me before. Why are you here? Is something the matter today?
Well, 18 years ago, your grandfather and mine arranged a marriage for us.
I drove over 1,000 kilometers this time. I came here specifically to find you.
Oh, my grandfather did tell me about that, but that was so many years ago. Why don't we go home and talk? You've come such a long way. No need. I actually went to your house first, and they said you were busy working in the fields.
I mainly just wanted to see you. My grandfather is getting old, and I want to fulfill his wish, so I came to find you. If you're not busy, there's a place to sit nearby. Why don't we sit for a bit?
Oh, that's fine. Let's go then.
Alright, let's go.
Okay, sure. Slow down. Are you weeding the field?
It's fine. Oh right. The weeds have to be pulled. Let's go.
Alright, let's go.
Be careful not to step on anything. Pretending.
Okay.
You drove over 1,000 kilometers to get here, right?
Yeah, that's right. I drove here myself all the way from Shenzhen, Guangdong. Oh, driving 1,000 kilometers must be pretty tiring, isn't it? It's alright. You see, my grandfather mentioned that we're the same age, both 25 this year, right? We're at the age where we should be thinking about marriage. Plus, my grandfather hasn't been in good health lately, and he kept talking about this arranged marriage, so I specifically wanted to come over and meet you to fulfill their wish. But this arrangement is something from the older generation. We young people are open-minded now, so I wanted to come and ask what you think about it.
Well, my grandfather did mention this to me a long time ago.
But it's been so many years. Honestly, I don't really know what to say since you showed up so suddenly. I know coming here is quite abrupt. I mean, this was said 18 years ago, and we've never met or even spoken, but since I'm already here, why don't we just get to know each other a little bit?
Sure.
Do you have a job right now?
I do have a job. You know the town near this village? I'm working as a preschool teacher there.
A preschool teacher? Yeah, the pay isn't very high, just 3,000 or 4,000 yuan, enough to support myself. Preschool teacher sounds great. You get to be with kids every day. And just now, when I met you, I felt you were so gentle and your voice is really pleasant. You must have been with children for a long time.
I do like children. So, what kind of work do you do? You saw, I just had a food delivery box with me. I'm currently working as a delivery driver. Oh, I remember my grandfather mentioning that he was business partners with your grandfather back then. Wasn't your family doing pretty well? Why are you delivering food now?
Well, my family did run a factory before. Back in the day, your grandfather and mine were basically co-founders. Later on, your grandfather had some family matters to attend to and moved back to his hometown. After that, they sort of lost touch. Plus, with the business environment being so poor these past few years, our factory, it went bankrupt, and my family owes a large sum of money because of the factory. There's nothing I can do now. Since the family business stopped, I'm just delivering food for now. I'm just getting by for the moment. I used to do business with my family, so this is just a transition. Once I save some money, I will definitely start a business again.
That's fine. I think it's great. You were running such a big business before, and now you're willing to deliver food. Working hard to earn money is nothing to be ashamed of. A job is just a way to make a living. So, how much do you earn a month now?
I deliver food now. Wages in the South are a bit higher, so I make about 5,000 yuan a month. After I get off work at night, I sometimes go set up a street stall.
Oh, that sounds quite tiring. What's tiring about that? We're young, we should hustle and make more money. You don't mind that I'm a delivery driver? I don't mind. There's no such thing as a superior or inferior job. My job might sound better, but it doesn't pay as much as yours, so don't be discouraged.
That's such a good attitude. You really are a kind person. So, do you have any specific requirements for a partner?
Well, I grew up in the countryside, and we don't really have many demands. I just want someone who can live a simple life and be good to me. If we can just work hard together and have a good life, I think that's enough.
But look at other girls nowadays. They all ask for cars, houses, and dowries. And you're just talking about living a simple life.
Things like cars, houses, and dowries have to depend on the actual situation. It's not realistic to just make demands if it's not possible.
You are a very thoughtful girl.
I think you're a great person too. You're down to earth, and you drove over 1,000 kilometers in this heat. You really keep your word.
No, after meeting you today, I feel that even if it were 2,000 kilometers instead of 1,000, it would have been worth it. You really are a wonderful girl. Wu Tong, do you mind if I ask you something?
What is it?
Have you ever been in a relationship before?
Yeah, I've been in one before. But
It's alright. We're both young, it's completely normal to have dated before. I totally understand.
it's me. My parents, didn't they get a divorce? Now my dad has found someone else. And I was in a relationship once before. But for that relationship, he didn't like the guy, he didn't approve of him. He thought his family background was poor, so he made me stop seeing him and broke us up. Your dad looked down on him for being poor and forced you two apart? Yeah, that's right. Later, he found someone else for me. It was someone from our village. I guess we knew him. He was quite wealthy and offered our family a dowry of over 500,000. My dad agreed to it.
Over 500,000?
Yes, but I absolutely refused. How can you get married just for money? Besides, the guy was 12 years older than me.
No way. What did you say? 12 years older.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, your dad can't just sell his daughter off for a dowry like that.
Anyway, after that, I didn't really stay in touch with my dad's side. I'm living near the coast now, helping out, sometimes doing farm work or whatever.
That's why, when I went to your house to find you just now, only your grandparents were home, and I didn't see your mom or anyone else. Right, I live with my grandparents now. I had no idea you'd had such a hard time all these years.
It's nothing, really. It's all in the past. I'm actually quite happy now.
Well, look.
You haven't really made any concrete requests. For marriage, don't you consider where you'll live, what kind of car you'll drive, or even the basic dowry?
The dowry requirements around here aren't actually that high. Something like 66,000 or 88,000 is perfectly fine.
Didn't you just say your dad found you one for over 500,000?
That was my dad's doing. My own requirements aren't that high, and I wouldn't want that anyway. You can't just marry for money. It has to be about whether two people are compatible. If we're a good match, I think 66,000 or 88,000 is enough. I was just thinking, if your dad really asked me for over 500,000, maybe we wouldn't have been able to make it work. So, are you able to make the call on 66,000 or 88,000 yourself? Well, anyway, I don't really have any contact with my dad anymore. So, I would definitely discuss this with my grandparents. As long as they support me, then it's fine. Look, regarding the bride price, whether it's 66,000 or 88,000, I can definitely afford it. Don't look at my family being bankrupt right now. I can still earn money myself. As for a house, I have one. It's not big, a 2-bedroom place, but later, when we have money, we can upgrade to a bigger one. For the car, my family has one left over. It's nothing fancy, just a 10,000 something car, but it's enough for getting around. Wutong, I feel that after meeting you today, I really like you. I actually think you're quite good too. The car and house things you mentioned aren't really issues. A car is just for transportation, and if we really live in your current house, it's definitely livable. If we have more money later, we can save up together for a down payment and change to a new one. All of this can be discussed if we really end up together.
Well, Wutong, since you've said that, we can continue talking about this.
Yeah, okay. Then let me ask the uncles and aunties in front of the screen.
Ah.
If the uncles and aunties watching support me and Wutong trying this out, you can click something on the screen or leave a comment so I can see. If you think it's not a good fit, I'll listen to you and won't pursue it.
Alright then, to the uncles and aunties watching. Look at this engagement that Grandpa set up 18 years ago. I drove over 1,000 kilometers today, and I've finally met her. And I think Wutong is a very kind and wonderful girl. She's truly the kind of girl I couldn't find anywhere else. If the uncles and aunties watching support us, I will fulfill all the promises I made to Wutong at the beginning. When we get home later and see your grandparents, I'll open these things in front of them and explain everything clearly, Wutong.
Wait, you even brought gifts?
I traveled such a long way, I couldn't come empty-handed. Besides, my grandpa and your grandpa had such a good relationship. How about we go home and visit them?
You came so far, you really didn't have to bring anything.
It's fine.
Let's go then. I see the work here is almost done. Let's head back.
Okay, let's go. Let's go. I'll wait.